modifying the most modifiable car in existence. That's right, we got the most clapped 350Z in the world, and we're gonna modify it with a bunch of fun mods within a 24-hour period. So let's get to work.
That's right, guys. The Nissan 350Z is probably the most modified car in existence. There are probably more aftermarket parts and companies that support this car than any other car on the market. Not only are we gonna transform this car on a budget, like we always do, we're gonna see if we can completely transform it within 24 hours. We got the car, and we got the parts. Let's get to work.
Okay, first thing we gotta take care of, because we're on a time crunch, is getting the wheels and tires mounted, balanced, all that good stuff, TPMS sensors installed. So we got these beautiful Auden Racing wheels in the bronze. These are some of the most iconic JDM style wheels that you could possibly get, and I think that this would be super fitting on our 350Z. So let's go get these mounted, because that's gonna take some time, and then we could work on the exhaust. Okay, let's pack up the wheels, take them to the tire shop, and while we're waiting, we're gonna remove the old exhaust off the Z.
All right, guys, now for exhaust, we wanted to really turn that dial up a notch, make it sound a whole lot better, because these motors, let's be honest, don't sound too good. They sound like absolute fart cans. But if you do the right mods, you can make it sound really cool. This is from our friends over at Flash Shark. Now, the reason why we went with this one specifically is it's a dual exhaust, so it'll actually exit on both sides of the car. Remember, this is still a budget system, so let's get it on the car. I'm excited to hear how it sounds. All right.
Okay, let's put this on. Okay, one down. We gotta reuse this hanger.
Bro.
It broke. We're on a time crunch, so it is what it is. Oh yeah, slides in really well. It honestly could not have gotten easier than that. I'm sorry, I just don't like the single tip. The dual tip looks 100 times better. And the best part is that this exhaust is dirt cheap. Right now it's on sale for 375 bucks for this entire exhaust system. I mean, they're basically giving them away. So if you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description if you want to pick one up. And it looks great, but that's only part of it. Let's hear how it sounds. Now that sounds a whole lot better than it did before, and if you're a huge fan of the 350Z exhaust, I don't think it's gonna get better than that. We got the headers, we got the full Flash Shark exhaust system. I mean, like, that makes it sound much more like a race car instead of just like a loud fart can. It actually sounds more refined. That's a whole lot better. So we still have 22 hours left. Let's move on to the next mod. So we went to pick up the tires, but it seems like we ran into a little problem.
But we only got 3 of them. Let me show you. All right, we got a little bit of an issue, guys. We bought the cheapest tires we could possibly find on eBay, and I think it finally paid its price, because look, they were mounting this one right here, and the entire tire completely just came apart. It just blew up. Guys, this is a major setback. We were like super ahead of schedule because they got this done in like 3 hours, but now we're super behind schedule. And I don't know what we're gonna do. We can't afford to go buy one of these online and wait 3 days for it to ship. We're gonna need to get online right now and find one in person locally ASAP.
There's plenty of slightly used tires on Facebook Marketplace. The only problem is that, like, this one's in Garden Grove. That's not that bad, that's not that far from us. But currently, Garden Grove has a highly hazardous vat of toxic fluids that's about to explode. It's all over the news, you guys probably know about it. And as a result, 50,000 people have been evacuated, streets are shut down, and the traffic is horrendous. So getting to these tires, even though it's like down the street, is gonna be a massive problem. But unfortunately, this is cutting into our time, so we gotta speed up the process fast. Luckily, we were able to find the Linglong not too far away, but it did eat up a few more hours.
Got tire, went and dropped it off. He was able to mount it really quickly for us. So here is the 4th one, all done. Oh, let's get in there, let's move on to the seats now. All right, next up is the seats. We gotta remove these old stinky junkers out of here. Oh, dude, there's so much gunk. Here, we gotta get the seat out, dude. Oh, dude, there's so much stuff underneath here. Oh, it smells so bad. All right, we got the seat out. Won't be needing this one anymore. All right, let's look at the goodies that we found underneath this thing. And this is just the passenger side.
Parking pass, cigarillos, Geek Bar, Black Cherry Merlot, hand gel, Purple Heart Metal, post office. We got some Del Taco hot sauce, 7-Eleven, Twisted Tea, milk chocolate, some trim, Parmesan cheese, part of like a $1 bill. Like literally part of a $1 bill.
Looks like someone ate it.
This glove, which I don't want to touch.
I sure hope that's a glove.
It's a glove. We got this big ass amp. Yeah, I mean, nothing too great. I had no clue, but there's a huge pocket right here. So we got some air fresheners. And we got the owner's manual. Hold on. Yeah, so someone bought this car, someone named Jose. We're past the Edgar phase. Yeah, someone bought this car brand used.
So this thing is depreciated.
Oh, at a 20.7% interest rate.
He's probably still making payments.
His total sale price was $13,000. His down payment was $1,000. We got this. This is definitely from stock. Pioneer.
Seeing how there's set screws going through the body of the speaker, that's definitely not stock. That, and then we got the screen, but the screen has never turned on since we've owned it.
And then we got a button right there. We got some like underglow.
All right, guys. If any of you have ever assembled any of these cheap Chinese seats, you know it can be kind of a process. So that's crazy. It got really tight and it's still completely loose. Okay, there we go. Got the sliding mechanism done, and these holes don't line up at all. Terrific. Cheap Chinese strikes again. Oh man. Okay, here's some marking and drilling.
Or break out the welder.
I like that idea. Break out the welder.
So when you buy the cheapest parts known to man, things don't always, you know, fit perfectly. But you could force it to fit perfectly when you got drills, saws, and welders. So we're gonna weld this bitch on, and to be honest, that's gonna make it more stable, right?
All right, guys, it's all welded in. Let's go for a test fit. All right, turns out we need to do a small revision to the seat bracket. See how it fits? Oh, dude, I don't know why. This seat is so much better. Like, it's so much lower. That seat is just like 4 inches too tall.
I have no idea. The brackets are on the right side.
Mind you, we bought the exact brackets for the exact seats, which didn't fit, into this exact car. All right, guys, we banged out an exhaust. We put race seats in the car. Next up is wheels. Now, you already know the absolute challenge it was to acquire them, but we have them now, so let's swap them out. I don't really know what to do, dude. What is that? What? Part of the lug nut just came off. The lug nut's breaking on the car. There you go. I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, dude.
There you go, dude. Destroyed. In the trash. Thankfully, in preparation of all this, we bought some spacers, so there we go. That's crazy. It's cheap Chinesium. Gotta love it. All right, guys, we pulled off the thing. We got both broken ones, so this is literally going straight in the trash. Oh. Straight in the trash. And this is our new one. It's from cheap forged. It says forged on it. That's a pretty good sign that this won't break. So let's bolt this on. And then we're gonna do it on both sides. So that way the car actually looks even and not just one spacer for I don't know what reason. Will these bronze, sweet looking rims look good on the car? I don't know why, but the tire profile seems thicker now. I don't know, but this looks so much better.
Same size.
It is the same size, but it's crazy.
There's just more tread on it.
Yeah, there's more tread. All right, guys, we got the wheels done. These are the bronze AH08 from Auden. We used their wheels on a ton of our builds. They look awesome. Let's put the rest of the wheels on. Spacer going on this side. Let's screw the wheel on.
We got one last mod. Now, you could change out the steering wheel, you could change out the seats, but the shifter is one of the biggest things to change because you're constantly grabbing onto it, you're constantly using it. So we got this shifter, which isn't terrible, but we gotta give it our own little spicy touch. So we're getting rid of that, and we're gonna go with this nice ribbed shifter. This is gonna give us more of a better feel in our hands. So we gotta remove this. Almost have it. There we go. Double hand it. There we go. We got a classic shifter now. I mean, this thing is proper. See, the problem with the other one is your hand could slide around. This one, because this one's ribbed, it's much more like sturdy, so you're not gonna be sliding around. But now we can actually, you know, shift properly. We got the seats holding me in. This is a race car now, so let's go drive it. I'm putting it in gear and like, look, watch. It's not moving.
So your foot's down?
Yeah, I let go of the clutch.
Here, try first.
I let go of the clutch.
You're kidding me, right?
It's like we're like stuck in neutral.
If Noah pushes the clutch pedal in and out, we should be able to see that move, and then we can rule into other things. So go ahead. Hey Noah, push the clutch pedal in and out. Yeah, it's not moving, dude. Yeah, that little fork right there should be moving in and out. Yeah, it's not moving at all. So I think either the slave went bad or it's like a fluid thing.
We're pretty much done. Like, the entire car is modded and we can't drive it. Now, in the last video you saw, it had a sticky clutch, so we bled it, gave it new fluid, and it worked fine. We were able to rip it, do a bunch of donuts and burnouts, but I'm guessing it just full on went out now. The good news is that I can get one like ordered overnight. Currently it's 10 o'clock at night. We're not gonna get it at any store, so we're gonna have to pack up for tonight. I'll order it, have it delivered tomorrow morning early. We'll get here early, install it, and then hopefully we'll do it within 24 hours. Okay guys, we got a few hours left and we have a modified car that doesn't work right now, doesn't move. The good news is the part came on time. So this little slave cylinder, which I'm hoping is the problem. Worst case scenario, I've also bought the clutch master as well. I don't think it's this. It's known that these things go out all the time. So it's probably this. So let's replace it. We're gonna have to bleed the fluid again, you know, drain the fluid, but luckily it's not like brakes. There's so much less fluid, so it's really not that bad. Okay guys, it took about an hour and a half. It was a little bit longer than we thought, but it should work now, hopefully.
That's a good sign.
It feels perfect. So
Like-
it was just the master, it was the slave cylinder.
I guess it's all fixed.
It literally feels it feels like a brand new clutch. Like the whole thing feels, it never felt great before, but I never noticed it. And it feels like perfect now.
And we didn't even replace the master. This only means one thing can happen next.
We gotta break in those tires.
do it.
Already, just that shifter is so much better. That's the first thing I noticed. The seats hug me, so I'm like, kind of like strapped in, which is nice if I want to just like whip it real quick. But the biggest thing is that exhaust. Let's hear that exhaust all the way throughout the RPM. Yeah, no, that exhaust is much more tame now. Like there's actual mufflers, so it's not as much of a like a rapping sound. But from kind of like fart cans, a little bit more tin can now. It sounds more like a race car. Like the idle is kind of like a little bit choppy, a little bit like weird, and then as soon as they get into the higher RPMs, it's like the sound waves start to sync up really well.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but for whatever reason, this seat sits up like 4 inches higher than the driver's seat. And it kind of is very uncomfortable. Driver's seat's great. I've sat in it. But this seat's kind of stupid.
Dude, the power delivery is so unique in this car. And then the fact that like, this car's pretty small. It's a 2-seater, but it's like not, like Corvettes are a little bit longer. This car's like small. And then we got, you know, the race steering wheel. I got the shifter. Like I've got lots of room. Everything's very compact. I'm like jammed in here right now. But this is what, you know, a race car feels like. Yeah, usually we're ripping it in like a, you know, Cobra or a Mustang or a Camaro or a BMW, and all the enthusiasts are like. But right now we're in the clapped out Z, so everyone's just giving us dirty looks.
Yeah, people just don't like this car that much.
Yeah, definitely if you drive a car like this, you are placing a target right on your forehead, because the cops, people, they look at you and they're like, ugh, what's this guy doing?
No, the amount of dirty looks we've gotten in this car is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't run this guy over with a bike.
Bonus points if I hit the guy on the bike.
No, not bonus points. I don't know why the bracket is just so fucked up.
It's for this car. Super easy to drive.
Like the clutch is very forgiving, and it feels really good.
Yeah, this is a great car if you want to learn how to drive stick.
Dude, this thing's so fun. Street legal go-kart. The size of the car, and then also just
Cheap materials.
the cheap materials, and then also a lot of it is just the handling. Reminds me of a go-kart.
Yeah, this would be crazy with like a big turbo.
If this made a ton more torque, it would be insane.
Oh yeah.
Is this going to be my first choice for a car for a daily driver? Probably not. Now, if I was getting into drifting and wanted a really good drift car, this would probably be my first choice. They're inexpensive, parts are cheap, they're fairly reliable, and it's a lot of fun for the money. We're into this car for very little money, and it's a lot of fun. All right, guys, well, there you go. We did it. This concludes our build on our first JDM car on the channel. We did wheels, we did seats, we did exhaust, we did the shifter, we did tons of other stuff. We got the car mechanically sound. And if we get 500,000 likes on this video, we'll buy a turbo kit and put it on this car. This thing is an absolute ripper. I get now why people like JDM cars and why they're kind of expensive. They hold their value very well. If you want to see more cars like this on the channel, make sure to comment down below. What build would you like to see next? More JDM, more Euro, maybe some American? Let me know. If you guys want to get some sick merch, make sure to check out backspeedboys.com. Please like, subscribe, share this video, and we'll see you in the next one.